and plants. Okay, so boys and girls, Hilary is from a place called Frontier College, and their specialty is working with boys and girls to make math fun and using cards and dice to make math a lot of fun, and other manipulatives too that you would have in your classroom, but maybe not at home. Like, I don't think anyone's got any base 10 blocks here. I certainly don't. And I don't. And Aaron's in grade 5, and I certainly don't have any linking cubes, but I do have cards and dice, and they're going to help us with some math today, but math and fun. So it's going to be fun. Where we are Connect to North at home is about learning and fun. So Hilary is awesome with our students, and I always learn a lot when I play with her. And she lives in Thunder Bay. And so, Hilary, we have Aaron and May and Charlie and AJ, Gabby, Charlotte and Isaiah, Sigrid, Kristen, and Thorin. We have lots of friends here today.
Fantastic. How many are with us? A rough count, 15?
10 families.
10 families. Wonderful. Yes, I'm in Thunder Bay. There's some people who know us, and some people only know us by a dot on a map. We're probably most known for our Sleeping Giant, which is just off of Lake Superior. So again, yes, I'm Hilary. We're with Frontier College, and we are a literacy organization that just helps people learn to read, write, and learn math. And so today, what I'm going to get to do with you is play some math games. So I have a little PowerPoint to start us off to help explain the activity and also just to follow the directions. And then I'll switch back and where you can see me in live a little bit closer, okay? So you don't have to see me as this small little window. All right, so it's shuffle and roll. This is the game. So we're gonna be starting off with two dice, so paradise, a deck of cards, which I believe Mally has already asked you to take out the 10s, jacks, queens, and kings. If you have a piece of paper eventually on hand, a pen, little pieces of paper, and I'm going to be using a cup the first couple times. You can either hide it with your hand, or it's something that if you need to run and go grab, I can give you a minute to go do that when we start the activity. All right? Okay, so let's get shuffling and rolling. So again, this is just a bunch of card games and activities, and so today I'm going to play with a game of hide and seek. Everybody loves hide and seek, and this is where my cup's going to come in. So if you need a moment to go grab a cup or something to cover a dice with, you let me know, but I'll give you a second. And so this is where you'll need the 2 dice, a piece of paper, and a pen. So we're going to be coming up with mystery numbers. We're going to hide a dice, and you have to guess the mystery number. And we're going to start small, and then we're going to figure out how we can grow this activity together, okay? So to start, it's really easy peasy. I take the 2 dice, I put it in the shaker, shake it up. And now I'm going to steal one of the dice out. So I took one out, and so I'm going to tell you it's a number 4. There's a mystery dice under here, and I'm going to peek. I'm going to write the number of the 2 numbers added up. Okay, so I have a 4 plus something equals 7. And it's just unique, or by chance, that the example is exactly the same. So how to figure this out is you can either subtract 7 from 4, which sometimes I even will have a number line on handy to help, but it sounds like most of you are able to catch this. So yes, 7 subtract 4 is 3. And let's see, that number is a 3. All right. So we're going to do that a couple more times. I'm going to switch over to a bigger version of me, so we're not just looking at this. And we're going to play this game at least 4 to 5 times. Okay, so I'm back. Hopefully you can see me clearer. Okay, so again, I'm going to take my 2 dice, put them in my cup, roll them around, flip it upside down. So the first number that I snuck out is a 6. Okay, so I'm going to peek underneath, and I'm going to add the 2 together. So, and then we're going to find out what our mystery number is. My mystery number is 8. Does anyone have any guesses? 6 plus something equals 8. And if you've probably guessed,
They're saying 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
2, you betcha. And how you can figure that out is, again, you can take 8, subtract 6 equals 2. So we're actually even doing addition and subtraction all in the same time. So we're going to do that one more time, and then I'm going to show you, if you happen to, how we can change it up with a couple other different ways. Okay. Again, sneaking one out. That number is 3. And I'm going to peek. Oh, this is an easy peasy one as well. So if we have 3 plus a mystery number equals a 5.
So they're saying 2 again.
2 again. Absolutely 2 it is. You're right. So that's really easy. That's a good start. And that's something we can play with the game. So now sometimes what we're going to do now is we're going to multiply the numbers. Are we ready? Everybody get your thinking caps on. We're going to become mathematicians after this. So let's multiply. Ready? Okay. So the multiplication is in the 4 family. So 4 times, it's so easy. Let's make it a trickier one. 4 times something is 4.
1, 1, 1. Oh, Gavin said 0. That's okay. Good. 1.
So easy. So let's try that again.
They must be saving the harder ones for later.
I got another 4. I got another 1. Okay. 4 times something is 12. What's our mystery number? 4 times something equals 12. So it's 4 groups of something to equal 12. Does anyone have any guesses for me? Does anyone have any guesses for me? Not sure. So we have 4 groups. We have 4 times something equals 12.
3. They're saying 3. 4 groups of 3.
That's right. 4 groups of 3. Correct. Oops, and I just bumped it over. You're right. 4 groups of 3. I apologize. So there. So that's a very simple hide and go seek game. And you can add them, you could subtract them, and you can multiply them. And then if you really want to get tricky, then you add more dice to it. And what I do is I try and find color dice, or you just add more dice to it.
Can we try? Can we try?
You want to try a hard one?
Yeah, because we've got kids in grade 5 and 6.
Okay, so I just turned over. So my yellow is going to come up with 7 times. I'm trying for hard, but 7 times something is 14.
Oh my goodness. 2.
Right. And I ended up, so now, so how did I get 2 though? Let me,
Oh,
let
wow.
me have you think about it. How did I get 2
dice say?
I got 2 ones. That's right. So you can even
Yeah,
try
you
and
could
figure out
definitely-
what's.
Sigrid, you could definitely use 12-sided dice. Can we try one more and see if we can get a hard one?
Right. The power. So let me take this out. So I have 9 times. So now I got to figure it out.
Oh, and Charlotte, that's good that you can do these ones, which is great. But this is a game you can play with your mom and dad. That's why we wanted you to see this, because it's fun. Oh, this could be
Right.
hard.
9 times something is 49.
Seven? We've got seven?
Oh, maybe I got it wrong.
Because I'm looking at it going,
Yeah, sorry, I wrote it down wrong. See?
oops. And you know what, boys and girls, it's okay to make mistakes.
Learning it's all part of learning.
We asked her for a hard one.
Right? Okay. Now I'm doubting myself. How terrible is that? Because I'm all nervous because I made a mistake. And now, see, this is all part of why we need to practice our math all the time. So I said 9 times. Oh, yes, I did. I was still adding. We were right on the thing. So yes, it's 9 times something is 63.
Okay, well, I think the kids still got it. Seven. Aaron, good for
Right.
you.
I'm still adding in my
Abby, good for you. Charlie,
Oh,
you say awesome.
9 times 7 is 63. Miss Hilly, you should have known that. But yeah, Miss Hilly's brain went from multiplying to adding them up to coming to the sum. So I apologize for that, friends. Okay, so from that, so yes, exactly. So you can go from adding to subtracting to adding, subtracting to multiplying. Okay, and so the more dice you have, the more challenging it can become. By keep sticking with the two numbers, and or you can even add 3 and just simply adding the groups of threes, 3 dice, coming up with a sum, and then trying to find the difference or the mystery number in between. Okay, friends? Let's move on to our next activity. Okay, so I'm going to tuck these away for a moment. Oops, crash, boom, bang. And I'm going to go to our slide show again, which I believe is here. Start to share. Yay, right where we left off. Okay, so this is beat that. Oh, I knew my dice again. So this is where I also use 2 different colors. So you would have, if you were playing with another person, this would be team blue, this would be team yellow. And so I would roll the dice first, come up with a sum. So I have 8, and then the next person would roll, come up with a sum, and it would be 4. So who has the greater number? Who has the greater number? 8? Sorry. Yeah, 8 or 4? 8. 8 is the greater number. So they would get the point. And the first person to get 15 with having the greater number would win the game. So again, it's an exchange back and forth. So maybe I can choose to play with one of you at a time. So I'm going to sneak back out. There we go. Everybody can see me again well.
Now,
so who would like to
do you want to add? So I'm going to add. And class, you can see, okay. Oh, I have. Okay, Aaron, what did you get? 10. So the class gets a point where I'm going to keep track. So the class gets a point. All right. Okay, who's next? May, what would you like to do?
Okay.
May, multiply. Okay. So my numbers, 5 times 5 is, maybe the class can put in there, 25. Okay, but May, what did you get? You got 2, so I get a point. Okay. All right.
Great job, Nellie.
Okay, so are you set up, Hillary? Do you want to, because we're playing the class against me or you?
Okay, excellent. That's wonderful. Because yeah, I had called on connecting with a friend, and then all of a sudden everybody disappeared.
Okay, so let's see who's gonna be next. Then
Okay, who wants to challenge me on 3 rounds to see who can get the highest?
we're just gonna have the kids do one each, and then we're gonna do the class against us. Okay? That's what we started, so I'm keeping track. So Charlotte
Okay.
and Charlie and AJ, what do you want to do? You want to multiply or add? They want to add, oops, they want to multiply.
Okay.
Okay, so you go ahead.
So I'm going to take mine. So am I multiplying the 2 of them together?
Yep.
Is that what we're doing?
Yep.
So 4 times 3 is 12.
Okay. Charlie and AJ, what did you get? Are you going to beat her? Multiply your dice. $20. The class gets a point. We're gonna go. We're only gonna go to 10 points.
Okay.
We're gonna just play until the end of the students. Okay. Gabby, do you want to add or multiply? She wants to add.
Okay. I have 6.
Okay, Gabby, what did you get? 5. So Hillary and Mally get another point. Okay. Woohoo, Charlotte and Isaiah, what would you like? Adding or multiplying? Adding.
Ooh, 3 plus 3 is 6.
Okay, Charlotte and Isaiah, what did you guys get? 5. Ooh, Hillary, we got another point.
Yahoo!
Hey, Sigrid, we're giving you multiplication.
Okay.
Sigrid's the teacher.
Pardon me?
Sigrid's a teacher.
Okay.
What did you get, Hillary?
I got 18.
Sigrid got 24. The class gets another point. Woohoo! Kristen, we're tied. Kristen, did you want to add or multiply? I don't know if she's here. Okay, we'll wait for Kristen. So Thorin, it's up to you, buddy, to break the tie. It's tied 3-3. And we're going down the whole list. Hey, Thorin. I don't know if Thorin and Kristen are playing, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to play for the class, Hillary. Oh, here comes Thorin back, maybe. And you're going to play for us. All right, are we ready? Who's going to bring? And we're going to do multiplication. All right. Hold your dice up.
5 times 2 is 10.
And I'm playing for the class. And what did we get, guys? Who's got the higher?
Whoa!
The class wins! Yay, class!
High fives, class!
Everybody give high
job.
five.
Yeah, high fives. Actually, we do this. We do self high five above our heads, but high fives or 5 10s. Yeah. Good stuff. Thanks for catching that part of the directions and going on with the team, because like I said, we kind of have a bit of a bounce.
I might have done the session once or twice before, right?
So we're gonna actually put our dice away and we're gonna actually get out our cards now. Okay. So I am going to quickly share my screen so I know which activity we are on. And we are going to do the quick draw. Very similar to what we're doing with dice right now, but now we're going to do a quick draw. So again, Mally, maybe even you and I could even do a quick sample if you can show your card and I can show my card, and we can either do an addition, a subtraction, or a multiplication. We can decide how we want to play that result. Okay?
Yep.
All right. So I would, just when you thought you were going to be able to sneak away.
Oh, we've lost you though. We can't. Are we sharing content or seeing you?
No, you should be seeing me. I've stopped sharing content. Have I come back yet?
No.
Okay, let me.
It says Zoom is starting to share content.
Oh. No, I've already come back to me. Should I go through the process again and make sure maybe it just needs to catch up?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that again. I'll go to share.
So I guess I better.
Shuffle. See, and I can see you clearly, but you can't see me, correct?
No.
And you can't even see my quick draw slideshow?
No.
You see nothing.
Nothing.
I see our little bodies. Do you still see us up top?
I see you up top, but we can't see. Like it's maybe 2 centimeters by 4 centimeters.
Really? So it didn't revert back to the big screen?
No.
Okay. Well, we'll just push through for a minute and see if maybe just something needs to catch up. So I'm going to draw a card, which is a 4, and have you draw a card. And you have a 5. So 4 times 5 is
What's
20.
20? Okay.
5 times 4 is 20. So what you would do is you would play like a draw. So if I said it first, then I would collect it. So it's kind of like, I think we've played, kids have played the game of war and they've tried to collect how many of the hands. So it's kind of like that. So if I would get the answer shouted out first before everybody, then I would be able to collect the cards. And so you would go until all the cards are done, and then you count how many cards you have each, and whoever has the most cards is the winner of the game.
Okay, so the person who gets the cards, who says the thing, wins, right? Okay.
Yes. Yes. So if we draw again, am I back yet, or am I still in Zoom land?
We're still in Zoom.
I'm not sure what to do on my end.
Well, you can exit out and come back in to Zoom.
Leave the meeting and try and come back in?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try my best and see how that goes. Hopefully I can get back in. Okay.
Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold up a card. I'm going to hold up a card, and I want you to either add or multiply that card with the card that you have and put it in the chat, okay? So I'm going to hold up the card and see. So you're either going to add or multiply. So we have 9. What do you have? Okay, so you've got multiply or add. Make maybe a number sentence like 9 times your card. 9 times 6 is... Ooh, so Charlie and AJ must have a 9. May must have a 6. Awesome, good job. Okay, I'm going to draw another card. I think we've got a real glitch in the system today, so I'm not sure. It's only because we had to use Zoom. It won't happen for the session where we're going to go around the world with Ricky Lee and see some like a kangaroo, a kangaroo and a koala bear and a shark and oh, the cutest frog you'll ever see in your life that's poisonous. Okay, Ricky Lee's next. Okay, I'm going to hold up a card. Oh, 8. So what did you guys get? You got a 3. So are you going to add or multiply? 8 times 3 or 8 plus 3? So 8 plus 2 or 8 times 2? Sigrid, 8 times 5 or, yep, it's 40. Awesome. Charlie and AJ, you added 3, so you got 11. Good stuff. 8 plus 4 is 12. 8 times 2 is 14. You're pretty close. 8 plus 4 is 12. 8 times 7 is 56. You guys are awesome. Okay, now I'm going to hold up 2 cards. I'm going to pull 2 cards this time. Let's see. I'm going to do a shuffle. I'm going to shuffle. And I'm going to.
Did we lose Hilary?
We did.
I just stepped away for a second.
Okay, I'm going to put down 2 cards, guys, and you're going to add them. Oh, so Charlie and AJ multiplied them. Good work. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to put down 4 cards. I'm going to put down four cards, and I'm going to turn 2 over, okay? And I want you to add them because we're going to build on this. You've got 2 plus 2. What's 2 plus 2? 4. Good job. Excellent. I'm going to add another number. I'm going to add another number. Plus 3. Good job, guys. And plus, ooh, somebody didn't listen to the face. Why are my face cards in there? Ooh, plus 6. 7 plus 6. 13. Good job, guys. Excellent.
Hello, I think I'm back.
Okay, you're back, but we're still seeing that.
Tell me what you were doing. Tell me what you were doing there, Melly.
I was just putting out some cards and showing them how you can use 2 or 4 cards to either multiply or add.
So
And then just did a 4 square, and I kept adding, but we're only seeing the content.
You're not seeing me?
Nope.
See, I can't even see the content at all because Hilary's not sharing her screen. I'm thinking it's a WebEx issue, but let me just go have a look.
Okay, so I want you guys to try that. Put down 2 cards just in front of you because Hilary, we can't see you. So sorry.
At all?
Put down 2 cards in front of you and turn them over. Extra points if you can tell me. Okay. Elton, it's your turn. You got a 2 and an 8, and that's 10. That's right, Charlotte. Okay. Elton, 3 plus 2. It says 5. Is he right? Yes, he's right. He gets to keep the cards. Elton got the cards. Okay. It's Mally. Why do I have face cards? 2. Whoops. 7 plus 2. Yours is 16. Good for you, Aaron. Mally says 9. Am I right? I am. Yay. Okay. It's gonna get hard here because we're gonna multiply. You know what, guys? We've done over 200 Connected North at Home sessions, and you know how many times the technology has failed us? Just 3 now. I'm really sorry. But we are having Hilary come back for some more difficult games. Okay, Elton, it's your turn. You're going to multiply. 6 times 5. Oh, that's too easy. 6 times 5. What's your guess, guys? 30? I think Elton said 32. Did you say 32?
Try and see what happens.
Thank you.
Oh, I think you guys won that one. Okay, let's play against Elton again. There, we've got her. All right. Okay, Elton and I were playing.
Am I back? Oh, tell me about your friend, Mally. Oh my goodness. Is it a kitty cat? Is it a cat with glasses?
No.
Oh my goodness.
It's Elton John.
Elton John is in his white suit with the big glasses.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we don't share the screen anymore and we'll just learn the games this way.
Actually, I'm going to go to my next game anyway.
Okay.
So if my friends have a piece of paper, this would be a good time I'm going to ask you to write out the words ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. And I'm going to give you a hint though. On your right-hand side, the ones has to be on your right hand, the far right-hand side. Okay? Because we're going to be kind of doing it backwards. So if you're looking at it face value, it goes thousands, 100s, tens, ones. So hoping the friends understand my directions.
Yep.
So we're going to start with the ones, and we're going to move to the tens, to the hundreds, and then to the thousands. And so what I like to do, this is called learning your place value of numbers, because I find sometimes numbers are getting tricky, especially when they get bigger, and sometimes we don't know how to round them up or expand them or round them to the nearest tenth, to the nearest 100th, or to the nearest thousandth. So I take my deck of cards and I'm going to start. I'm going to go through this. Again, there's only numbers 0 or 1, which is ace, to 9. And so 9 would be the highest. So if we were to get a 9 right off the hop, we'd have to go to a different column. So 7. So I'm going to put the 7 in my ones. So that means we have 7 objects, or I call them 7 cookies. That's how I refer to numbers or counts as 7. Is 1 higher than 7? No. So we can't go any higher in this column. So we're going to start it over here. So now our number just grew to 17. So we have 17 cookies. So it would be just 17. Take another card. Oh, we can grow that because 9 is greater than 1. So now we've just increased our number to 97. So with this being a 9, we know we can't go higher in our tens column. So we know that our next column is now going to start in the thousand or in the hundreds. So my number is 4. So now we have 497. Okay. So we have 497. So we're going to flip another card to see if we can go even higher. We have a 6. So 6 is greater than 4. So we can continue. So now we have the number 697. Oh, I turned over a 5. 5 is not greater than 6. So we can't put it in the hundreds. So we have to move it now to the thousands columns. So our new number that we're starting off with is 5,600. 697. So let's keep going, and then we're going to write the number out so we can understand how it's written. Oh, and I can't go any higher because this number, number 4, is not higher than 5. So our final number ends up being 5,697. So I'm going to quickly write that out here on a little piece of paper. So we have 5,697 cookies. So when you're looking, oh, and I wrote that pretty small. When you're looking at a number, that's how it would look. That would be a whole lot of cookies. So let's see, let's try that again. And we're going to see if we can beat that number. Okay. So I'm simply just going to scoop up my cards, put them underneath, and we'll keep moving again. All right. So my first card is a 3. All right. So a 3 cookies. Can we beat the 3? Nope. So now it has to go to a 2. So now our number is 23. So we're going to try and beat that number or increase that number, make it greater. We have an ace. It's not going to work. So we have to move it over to the hundreds column. So now our number is 123. I turned over a 3. It is greater than an ace. So we can put it here. So now our number is 323. I have a 2. I can't increase that. So we have to move it to the thousands. So now our number is 2,323. Now we have 7,323. And then we have a 9. That's as high as we can go. So this I know is our final number, which is 9,323. And I'll show you. The next one is a 4. Nothing is greater than a 9, so we would have been we call it a bust. That's where it stops. So I'm going to write this number out, which is 9,323. So we beat our first number, which was 5,697, and we increased it to 9,033. So if we want to round this number up to the next 10, okay, so we have to look at the number behind us to tell us what to do. Is it greater than 5 or less than 5? No, so you don't do anything. Oh, I don't have very good examples for this because usually if it's 5, it changed the numbers. So even if it's 100 and I've asked it to round up by hundreds, the 2 isn't greater than 5. So it's going to tell us not to move. So it stays the same. So here, let me make an example. Of course, sometimes it just never works the way you. Okay, so if this was a 5 and we wanted to round it to the nearest hundreds, this 5 would tell us that we'd have to increase this number by 1. So it's like borrowing a number from it. So it would end up being 9,400, and that's it. No more cents, or no more of the rest. So it would end up reading 9,004. Oh, my writing's not very good with one hand. 9. So it would go from 9, 3, 2, 3, and then we're going to change it to 9, 4, 0, 0, because this would have been a 5. So we increase that 3, that number 5 tells that number 3 that it's bigger than 5. So it tells it to move up 1, to round it up. Where do we round things in our everyday use? Why is it important to learn about rounding up and rounding down? Anybody have any ideas of why it's important? It's understanding our money, the way we use our money today. We have no more pennies. So we always have to round up or round down, and we look to our number 5s to tell us what.
And May, so For wallpaper, for what, like when you have to round up to
Yes,
pull up,
when you're
I
measuring.
had never thought of that.
That's a really good idea. Sometimes you have to know, not only just know the exact amount, you also need to know a little bit of variance, or they call that remainder sometimes in division. But you have to have that little bit just so you know what you can work with. So it's really important to know how to round up, and also knowing with our what each column and what area you're supposed to round up or round
And
down to.
Charlotte and Isaiah say because there's no more pennies, and Sigrid says when she's shopping, so she doesn't spend more money than she has. And Aaron
Right.
said for taxes that they have to
Yes,
approximately how much money to take from your taxes.
absolutely. Those are all amazing answers. And they really do. And we have to understand the power of five is what I call it, because the power of five tells you what it's going to do next. So, for example, I have 2,531. So if I needed to round up to the nearest thousand, then I would look at the hundreds column to tell me what to do. So in this case, it's a 5. So it would make this go up 1 point. But then that would make it go to, that would make it just 3,000. Or if it was like this, you would just, you can't round it. So you would only pay that exact amount. So that's why sometimes even when you're paying debit now, they kind of just roll up. Whereas if you're using cash, they'll end up saying, well, we'll take off the less, and you actually end up saving a couple of cents. So let's change this around. I hear somebody clicking. So we have 2,351. So let's round to the nearest hundredths. So we have to get our 10 to tell our 3 what to do. So our 3 would turn into a 4, and we would now be 2,400, or 2,400. Sometimes the way people say the numbers, it can be confusing, but once you know how to break them down under their columns or under their headings, it's much easier to understand. And then writing them out, not only in their number form, but how many people write out their numbers in writing, in word form? Why do we need to learn the words for numbers? Why would we need to learn to write that out? Where do we see people doing that? Writing out the numbers in the written word. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't know the last time I saw that.
2,000. Oh, I even wrote the word.
In books, Aaron says, Uno cards work here because the numbers are 1 to 9.
Yeah. So writing out 200, 3,000. So those types, sorry, 2,300. When you have to write a check,
Right.
when you're writing it in a story, you don't put the numbers. You use the words. You use the word form for the numbers.
Oh, people's house numbers sometime. You're right, Charlotte. Some people have on their house numbers. You are absolutely right.
Great observation. You are right. There are some houses where you see that fancy writing instead of their house number. It's the written word number. Clever. Good observation. So I want you to be mindful of your numeracy, your environmental numeracy. I want you to look around at the things that you do every day and think about all of the things that you do with numeracy. Almost even make a chart. So for a quick example, when we go to the store, we use money, so we have to understand our numbers. We also need to know what time the store closes. We also need to know, we have to be able to level our gauge on our gas tanks, our gas meters, so we know how full we are. Those are fractions. So it's really, really important to understand your numbers. And then a great way to do that is by simply playing games with cards and dice and having them and making fun. You can grow them big or keep them small. So So you can keep it to the simple addition, or you can increase it to multiplication, and then you can even break them down to dividing. One of the things that I do with some of my kids, we use Cheerios as counters. So when we're making multiplications, so we make those groups so that we can see how that's working. So sometimes we try to do that in our heads, and then sometimes if we have something visual, that helps. So I would really
And
love.
Sigrid said for cooking and baking, we're also using fractions. And I know the kids have been doing a lot of cooking and baking.
Absolutely. So it's really important to learn our numbers and keep having fun. And so I really want you to continue playing those quick mind mental math games. And that's that quick addition or that quick subtraction, that quick multiplication. So we just look at it and kind of learn it. Or I also have those go to where you know things. So one of my things that I really strive for all my friends to learn is learn all your doubles. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 4 plus 4 is 8. So then if you're needing to do a quick addition or subtraction, if you know those go to where you know buddies, those addition buddies or subtraction buddies, if you know where they are, you know where to go next. And it helps us. It's kind of a new starting point on a map for us. And playing cards and dice are the best way to do that. Dice help us to master our 6 and under, and then our cards bring us to the number 9. All right?
Okay, so that was so fun. Sorry guys for the technology glitch.
I'm sorry too.
Next time we're going to learn some more games when we meet with Hilary in a couple of weeks. We're going to learn some more card games and dice games. And Charlotte says she's going to show her teacher the hide and seek game. So that's really flattering. And parents, I put a really cool video, and Hilary, I'll send it to you, that my friend Joe Crone made about rounding up, slide to the right or slide to the left.
I love it.
So I'll share that, and I hope that Hilary will send me the instructions for those games, and I'll put them on the resource page.
Perfect. That sounds great. Thank you for your time today, friends. I'm sorry we had technical issues, but I'm glad we powered through, and thanks again for joining me. I look forward